that if he caught anyone taking his picture on the street, he would chase them down and smash their camera. He was the bad guy. Sup fam, and welcome to Pop Quiz, the show where we unbox our favorite pops and take a look at the stories that make them each unique. This month's theme is classic 80s movies, and it's gonna be most excellent, dudes! Leave a comment below with your favorite 80s movie. Also, stick around to the end to see how you can win an exclusive pop for your collection. Now let's get to today's unboxing. Today's pop is a literal giant among men. He will face you as God intended, sportsmanlike. No tricks, no weapons, skill against skill alone. He is the Brute Squad. Anybody want a peanut? Built in 2020 as a fall convention exclusive, number 1023 in the Princess Bride series, it's Fezzik! Fezzik is a towering 6-inch pop, featuring his rock that he will put down to kill you like civilized people. I mean, it's not his fault he's the biggest and the strongest. He doesn't even exercise. And because a lot of pops have trouble standing up on their own, we have the most important test of all, the balance test. So the Fezzik I have doesn't quite sit flat on his feet, and therefore fell right off of him. Let's just hope they're not all like that. If you don't know, Fezzik is from the 1987 classic, The Princess Bride. Fezzik is played by Andre the Giant, and he is part of a less than elite team of mercenaries that are hunting down and trying to kill the Princess Bride. In the end, it turns out that our would-be assassins have goals that align with our heroes, and they team up to take down the true antagonist of the film. Fezzik absolutely steals every scene he is in. The Princess Bride is such a wonderful movie that appeals to anyone and is truly loved by everyone. Andre the Giant was not only a wonderful actor, but a wonderful person with an incredible story. Let's take a look at what makes him such a giant among men.
Who's that Funko Pop?
Hey everyone, wanted to take a quick sec and remind you to subscribe. It's free for you and it means the world to me. It honestly helps, and if you're already a subscriber, you're the best. Now back to the video.
It's Fezzik!
Andre the Giant lived an incredible life, and I think there are 3 big things we can learn from him and apply to our own lives. Number 1, don't let your shortcomings bring you down. Andre was born in a small farming town in France. He quickly learned that he was not like his brothers and sisters, and eventually began to grow at an accelerated rate, eventually in his life reaching 7 foot 4 inches and 520 pounds. His first goal in life was to be a guitar player, but his fingers were too large to play properly. Next, he wanted to join the French army, but they didn't have uniforms or beds large enough to facilitate him, so he was rejected. When he traveled on planes, he had to book multiple rows of seats in order to fly somewhat comfortably, and he couldn't even fit in the airplane restrooms. Early in his career, he attempted to live in Japan, but it was difficult for him to contend with this due to his large size and the overwhelmingly smaller architecture of the country. He had difficulty shopping at most stores and would spend most of his time at home watching QVC to do all of his shopping on TV. He was eventually diagnosed with acromegaly, also known as gigantism, and was told he would most likely not live past 40 years old. Despite facing all these difficulties in his life, he never let them get him down. He always had a positive attitude and lived every day to its fullest. Andre showed us that it's not our flaws that define us, but rather how we handle the cards we've been dealt. Fun fact, the obey symbol is actually a picture of Andre from a 1970s newspaper. Number 2, take your flaws and make them skills. Even though he couldn't be a musician or a soldier, he moved to Paris at 14 and tried to make a life for himself. He worked as a mover for a while and eventually started playing rugby. His size made him a valuable asset and he was an incredible athlete. One day while working out at the gym, he was asked by some friends to fill in for a wrestling match because he was such a formidable athlete. Andre took them up on that offer and quickly fell in love with the sport of wrestling. He took to it like a natural and eventually caught the eye of an international promoter. Andre quickly started wrestling all over the world, including a long stint in Japan. While in Japan, he played the role of a heel or bad guy, and he loved being a heel so much that if he caught anyone taking his picture on the street, he would chase them down and smash their camera. He was the bad guy, and he loved playing that role. Eventually, this rising star caught the sights of Vince McMahon Sr., who turned him into a face, or a good guy. He became the first international World Wrestling Federation superstar under the name Andre the Giant. As a WWF wrestler, he worked his way up to becoming the world's highest paid wrestler. He was also voted the most recognizable athlete in the world, second only to Muhammad Ali, and went undefeated until his WrestleMania 3 match with Hulk Hogan. Fun fact, Hogan wrote the script for that fight and was worried Andre would not be on board with losing. Hogan would call Andre to talk about the fight, and Andre would just say things like, well, we'll have to see how it goes in the ring, and just dragged out whether he would go along with the loss or not. All of that was just to scare Hogan as a joke. Andre quickly learned to take what others may have saw as a flaw or a setback and turn it into a skill and an asset to push him higher and make him even more valuable. Number 3, live life to its fullest. Andre loved wrestling. As a result, he wrestled in over 5,000 matches in his lifetime. When he wasn't wrestling, he really knew how to let loose. In fact, he was known as the greatest drunk on earth, and this was a compliment. It came as a result of his size and high tolerance to handle alcohol. It was reported and verified that he once consumed 156 16-ounce beers in one sitting. That's almost 16 gallons of beer. He had 7 bottles of wine before that WrestleMania 3 fight with Hulk Hogan and was not even impaired for the event. Once, after a night of drinking, he ended up passing out in the hotel lobby. They had no way of moving him, so they just put up ropes around him and made him a feature of the lobby for the night. Clearly, he knew how to rack up a bill at a bar or a restaurant, but he was also the one who would always pay for dinner. He did this so much that it became a challenge for his friends to be able to get the bill before him. One time, he was at dinner with Arnold Schwarzenegger after shooting Conan the Barbarian. Arnold got to the register before him, so Andre ran over, picked Arnold up, carried him to the parking lot, and set him down on top of his car. In fact, Andre was known for picking up his friends' cars, like physically picking up the actual car and moving it to a different parking space just to prank them. Fun fact, Andre was so proud of his work on The Princess Bride that he carried the VHS tape around with him everywhere and showed it to everyone. He would even trap people into watching it by inviting them to his hotel room, ordering room service, and when the food would arrive, he would be like, "Have you seen The Princess Bride?" and would put it on the TV whether they had already seen it or not. Andre really knew how to let loose and live every day to its fullest. When I look at Andre the Giant, I see a life well lived. I see someone who encouraged those around him and continues to inspire people like me every day, and that is why I consider this 1023 Princess Bride Fezzik as one of my favorite Funko Pops. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I have good news!
Good news, everyone!
To say thank you this Thanksgiving, I will be giving away this 6-inch 2020 convention-exclusive Fezzik Pop from The Princess Bride at the end of this series. All you need to do to enter is leave a comment below with #thanks. I'll draw a comment at random and announce the winner in the final video of November. So pop that like button if you like this, leave a comment below with your thoughts on this pop, and don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos. If you want to buy this pop for your own collection, there is an Amazon affiliate link down in the description. And remember, we collect what we love, but more importantly, we need to love each other. Thanks.